everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from the Lost Isle Zoo here on the ZAWA Together server. I'm probably about to run into a volcano. I gotta steer. Look at that rainbow. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool rainbow? Oh, there's a volcano. Okay, I didn't run into it. I'm flying. I can't see where I'm going. I can't see what I'm doing at all. But welcome to this wonderful Saturday that we're on. Sorry about the late episode again. Had some family business I had to tend to, and I wasn't able to get this episode out until today. So we're here, though, to do some work. Check it out. Speaking of doing some work, look at that. It's not done yet, okay? It's not done yet, but I do have a big portion of the boat done. It is of course built on a diagonal, like the 4-to-1 diagonal, so it's a little difficult to build. But where is it? Right there. Let me face forward so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah, the boat is for the most part completely built. I just have to do the rigging and the rolled up sails on it. And then that is donezo. So I even have like some spots on there that you can kind of see, like right there where I have some markers for the rigging and on the sides there. So I can kind of line it up and get it built correctly. But look at that. We got a boat. We got a boat put in place. I could probably drop the anchor. It's kind of at the dock. Now we'll tie it up to the dock. He'll be fine. But yeah, so I still got some materials over there to do the rigging and then the sails I have to collect some more resources for. Got a nice little flag on top. So the boat has had progress put on it. It's actually been built. Are you guys proud of me? I did it. I built on the boat. I'm going to actually try to finish that, quickly here, like by the next episode, hopefully. But okay, in today's episode, though, we got some stuff. We got some stuff to do, don't we? We didn't have an animal to name last episode because we did some other work instead. But we did actually finish putting the emus in, of course. But the zoo is coming along very, very nicely. We just got so much terraforming to do. It's ridiculous. So I feel kind of bad every once in a while whenever I don't get an exhibit done per episode, because I know you guys like seeing them. So it's just, last week was kind of a necessary evil. Because I didn't actually build an exhibit last week. We built the graveyard, by the way. So the graveyard's way out there. So not a lot of people were mentioning animals I kind of accidentally killed. I think a lot of them happen on live streams, and I think that golden kiwi is like the only one that anybody could remember. In case you guys are wondering, the tarantula didn't die; he despawned, as far as I know. But I've since replaced him, and the scorpion never died. It's actually still there. Last time I checked, anyway. But I don't know of any other animals that died. Mad Bulldog just joined in. Let's give him a big old solid wave. Sakana is also hanging out here on the server, doing some work, doing some stuff and things. So. In today's episode, though, I kind of want to do an exhibit because I didn't do one last week, and it kind of bugs me whenever I don't make progress on the zoo. Now, on the original map for the zoo, we'll pull it up right here. Look at me go. I pulled it up. There's there is a spot in the center between the two main islands that I have allocated for the Otter exhibit. And if you look here, I'm looking right at the spot. It's right here on these the bridge leading across. And I never actually built the Otter exhibit here. Now, there is some terrain that we can work with here. But ultimately, I don't really want the otters, escaping. Otters aren't very dangerous. Well, otters in the game aren't really dangerous. In real life, they're not really dangerous either, but I don't think you'd want to just go play with one, because it is a wild animal after all. So, I don't think it's a big deal if the otters actually get on this path, so long as they don't have a way to get out of the exhibit completely. Like, there'd have to be some way to pass through here without... See, that's adding a little bit more complication to it that I didn't really want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the otter exhibit today. And I'm going to build it right here in the center, kind of where I had it planned out, because there's a lot of water here. And I'm eating apples right now because I have an abundance of them. It's going to be kind of like, let's look at the mini-map here. It's going to basically take up these two islands right here, okay? So I'm going to build a little extension over here, and then the bulk of it right here, and I might even add another hunk of land on the back side of it. But to keep them inside the exhibit, I'm going to have to raise up some stone, some rock and stuff on the ground here, so that we can actually keep it contained. And I think the best way to show me building all that is with the time-lapse. Okay, now I know this doesn't look like much, okay? I just added basically a seawall and a floor in there, and that's basically all I needed to do for the time-lapse stuff, because now it's all about the detailing. Alright, so over here we got like a little section right here, and then we got a bigger section over here, and the pathway is going to go right between this exhibit, and I even opened up a spot underneath the bridge so that they can actually swim on through. Now, if you look underneath the water here, I got, this looks great, this looks bad, okay? Now, it kind of makes me wonder, I should have probably, like, I got to extend the supports for this, for the bridge down a little bit too, but I should probably have lowered this even one more, maybe. Give them 3 blocks to swim in, because, well, that's a little late now. But I'll probably put the layer of, the bottom of the ocean kind of design on top of all this here. And then, so they'll have 2 blocks to swim. That should be plenty. Now, on either side, though, I don't want to just have this be purely aquatic, though, because I want to actually build up a bit of land over here, someplace where they can actually rest on, because I want to get rid of any possibility of them climbing up on the actual walkway. So, because otherwise they'll be able to escape. So what we're going to have to do is build up, let me get the wall defined here again. I'm going to build up along the backside here, and build like a little bit of terrain, actually, and having this kind of drop down, and then eventually fade into where this is right here. So I'm going to build a little hunk of land on the back here so that it has, there's like a little bit of land for them to kind of rest and relax. And it's probably going to be very rocky, because I think that would probably make sense for the way that they swim around and just kind of want to go on shore. But, well, we'll worry about the vegetation in a little bit. All right, there we go. We got some land put in here. Now, this is just basic stone put down. There's nothing really fancy. If you get underwater, you can see there's some slope going down here, too. I still have to do all the land down here, too, so that's going to kind of suck. But that is a future GReimer issue. Screw that guy. Oh, I missed a couple blocks right here. Look at this. How foolish of me. Okay, so this is basically the landmass I was talking about. So if you look on the mini-map again, remember these 2 islands that are already here, I'm kind of building this exhibit into, and you can kind of see the shape of it now. Look at that. That's what it's going to be, the otter exhibit. Now, I have to make sure that the otters cannot get up onto this path, otherwise they can just walk out of here. They can just go chill by the volcano, or go take or hop on a boat and get out of here. You know, they could get out of here that way. So I don't want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and just make sure it's in there. Oh, the sun is setting. Creepers are going to be creeping here in a little bit. Okay, so the next step to do, though, is to try to build up this back wall a little bit to make it look a little bit more like a rocky structure jutting out of the out of the ground, rather than just a straight or just a diagonal wall. A whole lot of block placement later, and here we have our retaining wall for the otters. Holy cow, that took a long time. Alright, now if you look, this thing actually is like completely finished over here and over here. Check out the map real quick. Look at that, bam, it's completely encasing this. Now, of course, there is one little issue though. I also took the time, hold on, wait 1 second. I also took the time to do the outside part of it too. So this part, not so much. Oh my god, there's pufferfish in the water. This side, not so much, but I'll get around to that eventually. But yeah, I took the time to actually smooth out the backside of the retaining wall as well. So it's all nice and complete. And get in the water here. So yeah, like I did all the terraforming on the outside of it here, so it kind of blends into the ground. So it's all done. But now there is one issue. There's one issue. Let me just take my balls and yeet them at that tree right there. That one issue is that they can totally just climb onto the path and walk out of here. Right? So if they can just get on these islands that are here, they can just swim out to sea, then they can just escape. So I need to go through, and I need to, well, I'm going to be needing to sleep here pretty soon as the sun is starting to set and creepers be creeping by. I need to go through, and I need to remove any and all little bits of a land that they can actually get up here, so it's at least 2 blocks tall, because I don't think otters can jump 2 blocks. So I got to pop all of them out that exist in this area just to keep the otters in their exhibit. Okay, if my math is correct, which it's never wrong. Okay, so okay, yeah, it's wrong a lot. But this should keep them in there. Now, so it's at least 2 blocks tall everywhere around here. I know this isn't very exciting because it's just a flat area. I'm going to redo this a little bit, put a lot of gravel and pebbles and stuff in here. It's got to be a place for them to kind of, obviously, climb onto land, and maybe even a little bit in the back here. I might put some grass. But yeah, this is it. It looks like this wall should keep them in here. It's at least 2 blocks tall everywhere. And then when you get into the water, it's only 1 block tall, but that's because I don't think they can jump up there. I can't jump up here. Hopefully they can't jump up there. So, and then of course I took out the area underneath the bridge here so that there's actually an area for them to swim underneath and get to this other section over here, which is also blocked off everywhere. So I don't think that there's a way for them to actually get out of here. So this should retain, it should keep the otters, you know, safe and secure in here. Okay, so now we got to move on to some of the decorations. As I just said, I'm going to put down probably some gravel in here and some pebbles and whatnot to kind of rough this terrain up a little bit more, add some cobble. But let's start off with the, let's put this back on. I took that off because it kept kind of half laying down, constantly trying to place blocks. It was really annoying. Let's start off with some gravel. Where do I have gravel? Where's gravel? There's some gravel. All right, so I got some gravel here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of remove large chunks of this here. And I'm going to put in, nope, not like that. Not like that, I'm not going to. I'm going to put in some gravel. It looks like I might have to go back through and put down a layer of stone underneath all of this too, because gravel is affected by gravity in Minecraft. Did you know? Okay, I got the stone put in all down here now, so like if I can just kind of, get down here, you can actually see I got a whole layer of stone, 2 layers of stone now down here. So that should allow me to be able to actually place gravel on here without it falling into the ocean now. So let me go through and actually get some gravel thrown in here, kind of speckled in all over the place. Okay, I got all of the gravel put in, and I also took some time to go ahead and put a little bit of cobble action on that back retaining wall there. It's just so that kind of makes it look a little bit more detailed, as well as I added some gravel piles along that back wall, but I had to make sure that there was no way that the otters could get out. So I think I did all right. I also went ahead and added the detailing on this side as well. So I got the gravel put in over here, as well as some detail on the back wall over here as well. So sweet. So this whole thing is now enclosed, and we got the gravel added. Now I think the next step to do is put a little bit of extra detail on this kind of flat, boring, looking area right here. And for that, I'm going to add a little bit of coarse dirt. Where's my that backpack? I don't have a lot of coarse dirt. Might need to fix that. Ground backpack maybe? Oh, I have it in my hop already. Let me go. Dirt. I have a little bit of dirt right here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and make ourselves up a little bit of extra coarse dirt here. I'm going to sprinkle this in lightly on both sides of the exhibit, on these 2 patches of land here and on that other one over there. Okay, it's not much. You know, there's just a little bit of detail on there, adding in the coarse dirt, but I think it adds a little bit to it. Let's go ahead and grab the glass chest, which makes no sense, and we're going to dump the stone in there. I'm using it as an additional dump chest, because the dump chest in here has a bunch of other stuff in it. But we are going to have to take some of these grass blocks out of there, because, bad backpack, save me, please. I need to put this stuff away. Because I'm going to go through and I'm going to dot in the occasional grass block in this area as well, along the back side of the wall, like farther away from the water edge. And it's not going to be a whole lot. There's just going to be a couple bits of it here or there, kind of sprinkled in with the coarse dirt. Okay, grass has been put in. Now comes the part that I've been kind of dreading, and that is I have to get underwater here, and I have to put in the ground in here. Just having a stone bottom right here isn't going to look very interesting. So I'm going to probably sprinkle in. It's still going to be flat, but that's because I don't need this to be like deep water or anything like that for the otters. I'm going to leave it about 2 blocks deep, and I'm going to put in a mixture of sand, dirt, and gravel in here to kind of make it look a little bit more like the ocean floor. Stretching. Big ol' stretch. Okay, so that is that is done. I got all the stuff down underneath the water there. So this whole thing now looks a whole lot more natural than what it was before, because it was just flat stone, and that sort of sucked. All right, but yeah, it's looking a lot better now. A nice little place for the otters to swim around. Now, this is not done by any means. This is also just the basic shape of the exhibit. Now comes the fun part. We're going to have to start adding the foliage in here. Now, there's not going to be a whole lot, actually, when you think about it, because it's, where's my chicken? There it is. Because it's kind of supposed to be like an archipelago kind of feel to it. Otters, I mean, I don't think these are sea otters. I think these are just regular otters. And those are more like woodland creatures that live in lakes and stuff, you know, lakes and rivers. So, they're, oh, it scared the crap out of me. Like, there's some dude standing there. There's a zookeeper. There's a zookeeper standing there. Let me grab my balls and throw them at him over here. Yeah. Bad throw at all. That was horrible. Let me just eat him against maybe that coconut. Good. All right. Now, what are you doing here? Okay, hold on. I gotta kind of shing, just dispose of this person real quick. Okay, yeah, they had to go. Okay, so they had an appointment, so they had to go. All right, so Anyway, we're going to do the foliage in here. It's not, I know that this isn't like a woodland area really that I'm designing it, but it's kind of more fitting towards the island setup that I'm in right now. So that's kind of why I'm making more of an archipelago to kind of look to it, though. The otters will have plenty of little land here to kind of crawl around on, as well as a whole lot of water to swim around in. So that should be good. Now, as far as foliage goes, though, I'm not really looking at putting like huge bushes or anything like that. I'm more like just more like grass and whatnot. Let me look in that plants backpack. What do we got in here? Well, cattails, reeds, Johnson's grass. You know that can always go in anywhere, but fan palms might actually work out pretty good in here as far as making it look kind of cool. Dead bushes, I only have a few of them left. I gotta go grab more of those things, and I don't really want to use them here. It would kind of make sense for one or two of them to be kind of dotted through here, so let me just grab those real quick. And I don't really want to throw a whole lot of like floaters and stuff on the water here, because it's not supposed to look like a bog or anything like that. It's not even really supposed to look like it's got growth on it at all. It's supposed to be nice and clean water for the otters to swim around in. What other plants can we throw in here? Holy cow, is there really like nothing else? Yeah, there's really not much else. I mean, it's mainly going to come down to more stonework in this area that's really going to make it pop. But all right, I'm going to go through and I'm going to dot in the little bits of foliage that we do have. Black's bad. A little bit of foliage that we do have in here. So that, maybe put them right next to each other, that looks a little better. So that it at least adds a little bit of greenery and kind of some detail to this. Because I do want these hunks of land here to actually look like they have some kind of like purpose and meaning to them. Like, I don't want it to just be kind of just here, you know. I want to actually have them have stuff on it. Maybe I'll even throw down like a down log on one of these areas too, so something for the otters to crawl over. But it looks like it's getting nighttime yet again, man. Time just flies when you're building these exhibits. So it looks like I'm going to have to be taking a power nap here. I'm going to sprinkle in this. I do have a little bit of Johnson's grass too that I of course grabbed, because that works with every single exhibit. I'm going to dot these plants in here, as well as, you know, the 4 dead bushes that I have, and then we'll move on to the next detailing step. Okay, a little bit of grass or a little bit of greenery put in here. Now, I did mention something about putting in like a down log, and I think I'm going to do that right over here. Now, I grabbed these pine logs. Doesn't make any sense for it to be pine, but these pine logs look eerily like palm trees. Look at the bark on those things. Like, that looks crazy. All right, so it doesn't, like, if you were to look at this without knowing that it's pine wood, and you say, what kind of tree is that? Would pine be the first thing that comes to mind? Probably not, actually. I would say that palm would probably come to mind when I see that. So I'm going to go with that. So let's do this, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll actually kind of have it be like a collapsed kind of tree, you know? Like a little hunk of it right there. And then what does this, the planks actually look kind of, you know, dull colored. So what we're going to do is grab some acacia logs here. And let's go pink like that, because those look nice and bright. And then, do I have like a crafting grid someplace that I can use? Let's get some slabs going here. And what we'll do is we'll kind of have it look like it's kind of broken off, like right there. Just something simple like that. Just like it's like a tree that kind of broke off, and big bam, you ended up with this. You know, so that's about all we need to do with the acacia. Now, as far as like the palm fronds and stuff that would be like here, we could actually do something similar to that, make it look like it kind of collapsed. Let's grab some jungle leaves here real quick. And since this is far enough away from the wall, I don't really have to worry about them like getting over it, maybe. And that might actually be a little too close to the wall right there. Let me just kind of pop those off real quick. And we'll do this, and we'll actually drip some of them into the water. I think it would look pretty cool. Yeah. So here, this is one way that we're going to get greenery in here without actually adding greenery into here. So see, like something like that even, it already looks pretty good. As far as making it look like it's a down tree. Hey, you know what? I think that looks all right. Now, I might be able to make that hop over, but I doubt that otters will be able. There we go. Yeah, that looks all right. So it looks like a downed palm tree is what I'm going for right there. Yeah, I kind of like it. All right, so cool. Nice little added detail to the exhibit to make it kind of break it up a little bit, because it was looking kind of bleh, you know, but I think that actually adds quite a bit to it. Okay, now we don't really have a lot of room for other jungle leaves. However, if you notice, like the jungle leaves that I use them as bushes all around here. I can go through and add some like overgrowth to this retaining wall to add a little bit of greenery to it as well. And that wouldn't be a bad idea. Let me just quickly grab as many of these jungle leaves as I possibly can find, which isn't a whole lot of them. I might have to go grab more. But I'm going to add a couple little details and stuff along the retaining wall along the back to make it look kind of like it's got some growth on it. All right, there we go. We got the kind of the detail on the back wall added as well. The greenery. I'm trying to figure out how to make it more or less gray and more green added to it. So I think that added a nice little touch to it as well. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to the finishing parts of this now. I got to go through and add a little extra detailing on the stonework on the front here, like adding some cobble chunks as well as the pebbles and whatnot, and then obviously go through with bone meal and grow some tall grass. But once again, the sun is setting. Ooh, the masts over there look really cool as they're like sticking up with the sun coming in behind them. That looks crazy. Let's go take a peek. Yeah, look at that. Man, the God rays look so cool in this too. Ray tracing is so much fun. All right, so yeah, we're getting this, like, that's looking cool too. So this whole place is starting to really come together. All right, I'm gonna take a power nap real quick, and then we're gonna, let's see, I probably add in a little bit of detailing on the stone in front here. Okay, I think I've did everything I wanted to do for the land now. I went ahead and added like stairs and stuff that are waterlogged. I don't know why I haven't been doing this actually this entire season. I forgot that in 1.16.5 you can actually do that. So I haven't really been doing it too much, but I think it adds a whole lot of extra detail to like the coastlines and stuff. Yeah, alright, so it looks pretty good. Now, the only last thing to do really is to get a bunch of pebbles. Okay, we're going to dot them in there, as well as get a bunch of bone meal, because we're going to go through in every place that I can. I'm going to grow some grass. Well, almost every place I can. I'm going to grow some grass. No flowers, please. Thank you very much. You know me and flowers, I don't really like them. Let's go ahead and grab our shears as well, because some of this stuff I don't really want to be too tall, and I would rather be able to just manually place it. So the stuff in the back, no biggie, but the stuff up in the front. Plus, I can manually place it on the dirt, then also the grass here, so that adds a whole lot of extra detail to things. So, all right, I got to grab a little bit of foliage here. Get out of here, flower. Got to add a little bit of foliage here, a little bit of grass, you know, and then dot some pebbles in here, and that should spell mama. I got a dragonfly right here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these guys can be caught in bottles. I never ever see these things. What? Do I have any sand? Can I cook up some like stuff right here? Do I have enough to make a furnace? I do. Let me make a furnace real fast. And I wanna actually get some sand, and I wanna actually catch this thing, because I never ever see these things. I'm sitting here smelting up the sand, realizing I have an entire backpack full of glass, because I'm a pro. Anyway, let me quick make this. It looks like the sun is going down too, so let's see if I can't grab that guy quick. Bug collector, got him. All right, there it is. Bottled dragonfly, green darner. Interesting. All right, I gotta sleep before the creepers blow everything up. Yep, an entire backpack full of glass. Sometimes it hurts, people. Sometimes it hurts. Okay, but all dragonflies aside, check this out. All right, sweet. We got the. I think this is it. I think this is the exhibit. This is the otter exhibit. Now it should keep them from getting in here. One thing that I could add actually, real quick here at the end, is do I have any more cobble? Do I have enough cobble? Let me grab the ground backpack real fast. Check in here, cobble. I thought did I just use the rest on a furnace? I probably did. I'm gonna go grab some stone walls real quick. Okay, the reason why I grabbed some stone walls, I want to keep this kind of like a barrier pattern going. Obviously, this doesn't actually keep people out of it, but it's just for looks. So I'm going to keep that kind of design going here throughout this this section of the zoo here, so that like you can still see inside here, but it is kind of supposed to be kind of giving you the idea that this isn't an area you want to cross. Obviously, you don't want to jump into the exhibit. So I'm just going to dot this in here occasionally, just a couple bits of it here or there. Okay, I think that's it. I got the little little fence-ish kind of thing put in here. I know there's a lot of open space here, but I do want to keep some space open for people to see the otters. You know, I don't want to completely barricade it off. I could have just put like a steel fence here too. That would have worked as well. But I kind of like keeping it looking like the ruins or the temple look here. But I think this is basically it. I think this is it. I don't really know if there's anything else I want to do to this. The otters have plenty of water to swim around in. I think they don't have a way out of there. I mean, I went around looking at the wall. It looks like they should be trapped in there, like they can't get out. So I think this should work out just fine. I really like the downed palm tree. I think that was actually a really good idea. One other, well, no, we can't really. I was gonna put like cocoa pods on it too, but can't really do that because it's not actually a palm tree. So I guess the fact that it looks a little bit lighter than the actual palm trees, like if you look at like the jungle wood that we're using for the palm trees, you know. It's a darker color compared to that, and that's a lighter color because the tree died. It died. So that makes a little bit of sense, you know. So I think that works out. This little area over here is also a spot they can go to if they swim underneath the bridge, so there could be otters over here as well. So there's otters on both sides. This path cuts right through the exhibit, which I think is a really unique kind of exhibit. Different than anything else that I've done here on the zoo. But alright, I need to go look and see how many otters I actually have. I have 6 small clawed otters. Okay, so I'm going to need some otter names. If you could, go down in the comment section and let me know what your favorite otter name is. And then we'll start naming them next episode. But alright, I think this episode is done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the exhibit. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section, as well as leaving those otter names. And I think we're going to get going here. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. I know this is a late episode. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Saturday and a good rest of your weekend. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. Have yourself a good time, everybody. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.